So good afternoon, good afternoon. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all fresh. It's another Sunday. It's the 10th of November, 1:11 p.m. So it's a chill Sunday afternoon. Guys are from church. Physical, online, whatever. Others are resting. Just a chill weekend vibe. So I really want to talk about a couple of things where this week we've had quite fundamental based kind of week. I'm calling it fundamental based kind of week because in the markets we've had the reaction of the U.S. election. We've seen a Trump win, and we've seen how the markets have reacted to that. We've also seen the Bank of England cut their rates, right? That was still within the week. We also seen the Federal Reserve cut the rates as well. So all that has happened within the last financial week. I mean, within the last trading week, which closed on Friday. And you know that the markets are going to be opening later on today, past midnight. So I'll call it maybe tomorrow. But I will be closely observing to see how the market opens. Like last week when the market opened now for the last trading week, we had quite huge gaps in the markets, especially on the dollar pairs. It's something to closely look out for and observe. Okay, so I want to talk about the trades that I took last week. Remember, I wasn't aggressively trading like I do, but I was actively trading on a few opportunities that I got, especially before the election and the election night as well. So I'm looking at a couple of pairs. Remember, I traded AUD USD. On the screen, you can see the Chase Capital Discord group where I share all the setups and analysis with members of the Chase Capital community. So again, I don't do signals. I don't share signals like buy here, sell here. No, I give you deeply detailed analysis on why I'm taking a certain position. I give you the setup. I give you the analysis behind it. That as well, if you take the setup, you are able to know why you're taking the setup. You don't just blind buy, sell here, there. Okay. So it's more composed and more detailed. So this is a private community. Again, it's only for guys who paid. So it has a paid subscription. There's different modules for this. I charge $100 monthly to be in the group. There's a package for $300 for 3 months where I get to train you from the beginner stage. It takes about 3 months from beginners all the way to intermediate, then you can progress into advanced. Then you have now an annual subscription which goes for $500. So now the annual subscription, you get more time with me. You get one-on-one sessions with me. You'll be able again to get to be in the Discord, the private Discord. You also get recorded videos after the sessions. So after the meetings and the sessions and the live analysis sessions that you do, you will be getting the recorded videos, and some of that maybe give you a tip of how some of that is. This is what I'm talking about. So you get recordings of all these sessions that you get. You'll be getting the recordings and access to that. So that's what comes with the $500. You get one-on-one sessions with me, and it's an annual subscription, so you have more time. So you can go all the way from beginner all the way to intermediate and advanced within that period of time. Because then again, you'll be able to cut your learning curve by learning through me, who's already progressed a mile. I'm also still progressing as well, because in the markets, you don't stop evolving. I have quite some years of experience, but I still keep on evolving as well. Okay, so let's get to it. So last week I was looking at AUD USD, and this was the setup. Maybe if I can, let's share it out. I shared this also on the public blog. I have a private Discord, and I have a public blog. So this was the setup. I remember taking it from 0.66 for 40. So it was quite a zero drawdown entry. This was my entry, and we saw price drop all the way down to this area. I remember when I first started discussing this setup. I remember I was sharing it with some of my clients as well. When price was somewhere here, we knew that price was we are expecting potential sells. However, this was the scenario that we were looking at. So price got here. Okay, we saw this slight push. But then again, here we have a minor demand area. Okay, so let me mark it out like this, because if you look at this other side again, so we had a minor demand area at this area. So this is a minor supply, then again becomes minor supply, minor supply. So now when it was broken, retested after this gap up during market open for the last trading week. So now this becomes a minor demand. So this becomes minor demand again. So we had this reaction. Then price came again, failed to take out this minor demand. Now, under normal circumstances, we will see maybe price react from here, because again, it was one of the areas that I was looking out for. But then look at the candle formation that formed here. We had a strong bullish candle, a very weak bearish candle, then another strong bullish candle that engulfed the weak one. So showing that price will take out this high and go to the premium of this supply area, and that is what we saw. So we saw price rally, take out this high, and get deeper into this supply. So this was the premium of this supply. Then we saw a very now strong drop, and that when now this drop happened, took out these lows. Okay, the drop happened, took out this lows, and formed a new low. Yeah. So this happened quite during Asian session. That was about on Wednesday. Yeah. After now we had Trump had been confirmed that he is the winner of the election. So quite a strong rally for the dollar. And so in turn we saw quite a strong drop on pairs that have the dollar as the counter currency. So I was in this. This is a good 130 pip move. Then when price got here, we had a strong reversal again. So a strong reversal, price came to here, then reacted to this area now as new demand. Okay, just the previous lows around this area. So when price rallied, came to react from here. Okay, we had a strong push that came to retest. Now we came to retest this area as new demand. Okay, before continuation of the rally higher, of which now we saw quite a good bullish push coming back towards this area. Now considering we had this, then price rallied all the way back to this area. Now this supply was the origin of this whole drop to this low, and this low is the origin of the rally all the way back to this supply. So the range from this supply to this low and back to this supply area was filled. Then we saw price break above this supply area and form a new high up here. Okay. But we had already taken out our trades, we had already closed our positions. So we were already in profit on that. So we saw price form a new high. Then usually under normal breakout scenarios, we will be expecting a retest, then a continuation. So this will be the retest, then maybe a continuation of the prevailing trend. But then again, we saw price break below again, come all the way down, and again now we saw price even break below this area. Okay, so now we had this was more like a one candle retest before now continuation of the drop lower, and we've seen price close at around this area. So what I'll be expecting to see now coming into this week, into the new week starting from tomorrow, considering with how price has closed, and this is kind of like a minor demand here, I'll be expecting to see a scenario like this. So I'll be expecting to see a scenario whereby we have something like this. So I'll be expecting to see something like this, price retracing back to this supply. Okay, before now a continuation of the drop lower. That is what I'll be expecting to see. Again, with our first targets being here, this new lows, which is about 0.65 200 areas, and if price breaks below, then we will see price keep going lower. Okay, so that is something I am closely watching out to see how that goes into the coming week. So that is my projection on AUD USD, given from when I took the trade till when the market closed and what I'm expecting for this coming week. So then we have the dollar index. Let's talk about the dollar index. So we saw the dollar index react last week. So maybe let me also give an update on that. So we have this is the dollar index. So I have been quite bullish on the dollar for a while now, since when price was quite below at around 100. Now, last week at the open of last week, we saw price react from this demand area. Okay, so we saw price react from this demand area. Just a sec. Yeah, from this demand area again. We saw price react from this demand area, and you can see quite a huge gap from this demand area. And if you look to the left, you can see this demand as well was the origin of the previous rally to these highs here. Yeah, this high here, this high here, and this high here. So this was the origin of the rally to these highs. But then again, the major origin of that whole move is, of course, the demand area below here. But I'm talking about this minor range between this this demand to these highs and back to this demand. Then you saw a strong push to the upwards that eventually took out these highs and now formed a higher high here. Okay. So with that now higher high formed, we saw a very strong rally on the dollar. Then price retraced to retest now this demand area at about 103.930 areas. Then we saw a strong push again to these highs, and the price and the market has closed with price at about 104. 104.325. So again, with these, I'm still expecting more bullish momentum on the dollar. So I'll be expecting to see two kind of scenarios. Either price reacts from here and we see a rally higher, or maybe price pushes back to this demand before now we see something like this and price keeps going higher. Okay, so that is my projection on the dollar index. Now we realize that looking at this on the 4-hour time frame. If we check it out on the daily, let's check it out on the daily as well so that we can see where the market is going to on a bigger picture perspective. Again, on the daily time frame confirms this what I'm talking about. So we took out a key level here. Okay. So on the daily time frame, we've taken out a key area. We formed a new high at 205, 205. So the trajectory that I am expecting to see with the dollar is that we'll be expecting to see price. I'll be expecting to see something like this. So maybe a retest of this area before you see a potential continuation of the rally higher. The first area of interest will be these highs here. Then the next area of interest will be these highs here before eventually getting to this major supply area up here. Okay, so I'm looking at a very bullish dollar. I'm looking at a very bullish dollar coming into the next week and the next couple of weeks. So that is the dollar. That is the dollar index. So maybe let me give the markings for this. This area is about this area is about, let's see. So this high here, we're about looking at going to 105.700 areas. Let's say 105.700 areas. Then the next level is 106. Okay, that is on the long-term perspective. Okay, so we have that. Then let's look at another pair that I was into. It was Euro USD. I'm going to do Euro USD, GBP USD, and also a couple of other dollar pairs. So again, here you had Euro USD. So you can see quite a strong drop on this one. So for the euro, let's check it out from the 4-hour time frame and the daily time frame as well. So this is a very key supply area. I have been looking out for sales for multiple times. I actually got stopped out quite a number of times at this supply area. Then price formed these fake breakouts here. Before now, we saw this strong drop all the way to this demand area. And if you look at it also on the daily time frame as well, this is a very key. This is a very key area. So what I am looking at, we saw price come to this demand, then price push all the way. Considering this supply now as the origin of this drop from this supply to this demand area, then we saw the rally back to this supply, although price pushed slightly above the supply area towards this area. So the range from this supply to this demand and back to this supply was filled. Then we saw a very strong drop that pushed price now to this major demand area down here. Okay. So with price pushing to this major demand area down here, with price pushing to that major demand area down here, so the range now, the major range from this supply to this major demand area has been filled. I still see a strong reaction whereby we might see price take out this demand and push now to this demand area below here. I might see, considering we are expecting a more bullish dollar into the coming trading week, so we might see price take out this supply. I mean demand. We might see price take out this demand area. Sorry. Then we see maybe a scenario like this, then price pushes down back to this demand area. Again, if we take out this demand, look at this demand on the very left. This demand has been an origin of major market moves. Here we've had here. If you check it out here, if you check it out here, and again here. So it has been an origin of major moves. So if we see price take out this demand, then we have it retested the supply before a continuation of the drop lower. Then our next area of interest is this demand area, here. And if you look to the left, what I was marking out, you can see again it was a previous origin of another major move all the way to these areas. So that is how I'm breaking down Euro USD. We had sales from this supply area that pushed all the way. We took out this minor demand, let me call it a minor demand, then we pushed all the way to this area. So I'll be expecting to see how the markets react into the start of the coming week before we see price push lower and come towards this next region. Okay. So that is on euro dollar. Let's get into the pound dollar as well. Now this is the pound dollar. The pound dollar has actually been playing within quite a good range, considering that has been playing within quite a good range. Considering that if I let me have this on the 4-hour time frame so that you can see what I'm talking about. So on the 4-hour time frame again, now we had price formed liquidity here at the start of this week. We had liquidity build up, then eventually liquidity got taken out. Price comes into this supply, considering again this supply here was the major origin of the drop from here all the way to this low down here. Okay, so when price rallied and now started forming this liquidity, then eventually liquidity got taken out and price got back to supply, considering this supply was the origin of the drop from here all the way to this low, to about 1.29 to 100, then back to this supply. So when price got into this supply, you can see strong rejection, all candle closes below supply, then you have a strong drop, and this drop was strong enough that it took out now this low and price dropped all the way to this demand area. This demand, I remember our target for this trade was 1.28500. The target shared was 1.28500. I had targets. My major target was 5 pips below, so that's about 1.28450. And we saw price drop a good solid, let's see, we saw price drop a good solid, this was a good 108, about 190 pips, 187, so close to about 190 pips from our entry area, our supply area, all the way to next demand area. So this is quite a good move, and we saw again price from this range, whereby we have from this supply area to this demand area, okay, and then when price got to this demand, we had a strong reversal that price pushed all the way back to this supply area. Now, why this supply area? Considering again, this supply area is the origin of this drop to this demand. And when price got to this demand, now this demand becomes the origin of the rally all the way back to this supply. So the range, considering now you're on a higher time frame, the 4-hour time frame, so the range from this supply to this demand and back to this supply was filled. Then again, the range from this demand to this supply back to this demand again area, because price came back to this demand again, that range was filled. So anytime price got to this demand and you took buys, you'll have your target at this next supply. Anytime price came to this supply, you take your sells, you'd have your target at this demand, and it will have worked out multiple times. This first time, this second time, this third time, this fourth time. So within that range, you'll have had 4 opportunities to take trades that are worth 180 pips each. To and fro, to and fro. Okay. So when price got to this area again, you saw a rally that now price missed to get to this supply, but it got toward it got towards this area of liquidity. Then you saw price pushing lower and closed the week at 1.29195. I'm still expecting to see price drop lower into this coming week. So we'll be expecting maybe price gets into this demand here, or maybe gets even deeper into this demand. So it's something to closely look out for. Okay, something to closely look out for. We are still in a bearish range, so it's something to closely observe within this week. Okay, so I remember I'd shared the setups on these as well. GBP USD, Euro USD, maybe the previous. I'm going to show that on the public blog in a few. So we have that. Then we have I'm going to talk about USD CAD, USD CHF, and USD JPY, because now those are the pairs that I am looking into this week. So we have that. So let's start off with USD CAD. USD CAD. So we have the dollar, Canadian dollar. We've seen quite a strong rally when price was here. I remember we started buying dollar, the loonie. This is USD CAD from when price was around here. Took out profits from here, re-entered again here, took out profits from here. So now we had this breakout again, considering this key level on the 4-hour time frame and also on the daily time frame. If you go to the daily time frame again, you can be able to check it out. So on the daily, we have this is a key supply area that has been taken out. So what you're looking at is we saw breakout, we had a retest. Now that retest failed to react from here, it reacted from here. So the retest deeper into this area. So before continuation of the rally higher. Now that is on the daily time frame. If you now break it down on the 4-hour, time frame, we get to see this on the 4-hour time frame. We get to see a scenario where this was the high formed. Okay, about 1.39500. This was the high formed. So we had the first breakout, retest, continuation, then price formed this high. Then again we had price coming to retest demand, but now failed to retest it from here. It came all the way deeper into the demand, which is here. So again, this was still a retest. then a continuation of the rally back to these highs. Price failed to take out these highs, then retraced back into demand again from here. Then we saw price push higher and closed the week at 1.39107. So I'll be expecting to see I'll be expecting to see a scenario where price does something like this. So we come to retest demand again from about this area, go to 1.38820. Then you see a continuation of the rally higher. So I'll be expecting to see maybe price take out these highs if we have enough. The market comes and accumulates enough orders that will be able to take out these highs and form new highs. So I'll be expecting to see a scenario like this, this, and we keep going higher. I remember my first target was 1.3908, 1.39 890. Then the next target is 1.41080 in the long term. So something to closely observe. So into the coming week, I'll be actively trading USD CAD, waiting for that retest of demand at so this area before you see a continuation of the rally higher, and something I'll be closely watching out for. So don't miss out on this. So then we have so for this is on USD CAD. So maybe let me also mark it out like this so that you get to understand what my bias is. So but this drawing by itself, I think should tell you what my bias is. So I'm looking at expecting a potential bullish continuation on this one. So this is USD CAD. I'll be expecting a potential bullish continuation on this one. Okay. So then we have the next I'm going to talk about is USD CHF. Then I finish up with USD JPY. So we have this. Then let's talk USD CHF, because again it's another one that I am closely watching. This is USD CHF. Now this gives us a very solid breakout. Okay, so we had very strong break. We had very strong rally. This is a key area. This is a key supply area. You can see it has been a key supply area on the 1 hour, 4 hour, and the daily time frame. And I'm gonna break it down from the 1 hour, 4 hour, and the daily time frame. But maybe let me start from daily coming down. So let's see the daily time frame. You can see the kind of candle formation that is showing on the daily here. We have a strong bearish. I mean, we have a strong bullish candle, then a weak bearish candle in the middle, which again was the retest. Then we have now a strong bullish candle again that is meant to engulf this. So and candle close, we have closed the week at 0.87558. So this is a potential. This is more of a confluence that the coming week is going to be another bullish. We're going to have another bull run on this week. So again, if that is the case, so how do we go about it? So this on the daily time frame. If we have this kind of candle close, so I'll be expecting to see. Now let's go to the 4 hour time frame. Now that we have acknowledged that we are going bullish, so how do we take the position? So again, we had how do we take the position? We had the breakout highs formed. These are the highs formed. So let me mark it out like this. And price still hasn't taken out these highs. So we had the breakout, we had the retest, then continuation of the rally. But price didn't take out these highs. So what I'll be expecting to see is price comes back to demand, to retest demand. It can either happen from here or deeper into demand, or maybe when price comes to this area before we see a scenario like this, and price takes out these highs and eventually keeps going higher. Okay, so I'll be expecting to see that reaction from here or anywhere inside this demand, because now when supply is broken becomes demand. So I'll be expecting a reaction from that. Then we see price rallying, taking out. We see the market. What happens is usually the accumulation of orders at key levels. So we see price accumulate enough orders to be able to take out these highs and form higher highs, and that is what I'm looking at. So now this is on the 4-hour time frame. Um, so if we are taking buy positions from here, we are looking to take bullish positions from here. So what will be our targets be? Now our targets will be based off the daily time frame. Okay, so our targets will be based off the daily time frame. So now if you go to the daily time frame, you can see that, let me do the drawings. Now on the daily time frame, the first range has been filled. Our first range was from this supply, the first major range, from this supply to this demand area. Okay, and then now this demand area back to supply, because now this supply was the origin of this whole drop to this demand. Now this demand area again is the origin of this whole rally to this supply. Here we had a minor range from again this demand to this area back to this demand. Then this was a minor, that is why I'm calling this a minor range. Okay, because from this it was a minor, it's a minor range within a major range. The major range is from this supply to this demand and back to this supply, but within that we had a minor range from this from this demand to this supply, then from this supply to this demand, from this demand again, all the way now back to the origin of this whole move. Now that we've taken out this area, our next area of interest is this supply area up here. So this will be our target area. This supply area up here is our next target, so about 0.88600. And if you look to the left here, this supply area now is the major origin of this whole drop. This to this demand, and also here, although it missed out this demand by a few pips, but then now this supply area becomes now the next major origin of this whole drop. So understanding origin of price moves is very important, because it helps you get to understand what range you're working with. Then you can be able to set, if you're taking your entries from here, your targets can be here. If you are able to eyeball your targets, you're able to tell where price is going to on a long term perspective. Okay, so on a long term perspective, you are able to tell where the market is going to. So we'll be expecting the retest, then a continuation of the rally higher. This will be our target 0.88600, 0.88650 for USD CHF. That is what I'm expecting into the coming week from tomorrow. Okay, so we have that. Then let me talk about USD JPY. As I'll talk about USD JPY as the last pair that I am observing. So USD JPY. This is USD JPY. Actually, for the USD JPY, if most of you know that, even members of the Chase Capital group, they know that I rarely trade USD JPY. As much as I have my markups and my analysis, I rarely trade USD JPY. But when I do, I only look for the best of the best setups. And like what you have here, this is one of those kind of setups, which is the best of setups. So if you look on the screen here, we have USD JPY. This is a 4-hour time frame. You can see multiple times price has broken. When price broke this supply, we had a breakout, we had a high formed, then a retest of demand, then continuation of the rally higher. Price formed equal highs here. Okay, then again price comes back to demand. Then we see a strong, little push, price comes back to demand again. Then we saw a strong push that took out these highs and formed a higher high here. Then you had strong push. Then price pushes all the way back. So I'll be expecting to see price come back to this demand area. Okay, so I'll be expecting to see price come back to this demand area. Again, now that we have formed now another range, whereby our working range will be from this demand to these highs and back to this demand. So when that range gets filled, we will be expecting to take buy positions from here. Then our first target will be this high. So let's see this high, what price it is. This high is about 154.700. That will be our first target. But we are looking to trade this on a long term. So the first target will be 154.600, about there, about 154.600. Then the next target, now based off the daily time frame, because now this is quite a good swing position. On the daily time frame, we have this, considering also price broke. These are very key area on the daily time frame. So once you have these retest, our first area will be 154.600. If price takes out this high, I'll be looking at price going to let me clear this and have better ones. So when price will be having, you saw this high here. Okay, so we had a breakout, retest, then continuation. So when price comes back to retest this demand again, so I'll be expecting to see a scenario like this. Then when we take out the higher at 154.600, the next area of interest is this supply area, 157.480 areas. So that is the long-term target for this. And again, if you look to the left, this supply area is the origin of this whole drop that you can see here. Okay, towards these areas. So for the range to be filled, now you're looking at a range from this demand all the way back to this supply, considering now this is the origin of this previous drop. So our first targets will be 154.600. Once we take out this, the next area of interest is 157.480 areas. So that range to be filled. So that is the next major target on USD JPY. So we'll be quite bullish into this week and until price gets to that target area. Okay. So that's what I'm looking at. Those are giving you like an in-depth breakdown of the trades I've taken and now what I'm looking out for into the coming week. So I'll be introducing this style of okay, I'll be introducing this style of breaking down markets. I've not done it. I've only done it with the members of the Chips Capital community, but I'm going now to introduce this style also to everyone else in a bit of time. I'll also be now talking about understanding psychology. You realize that I've done a lot of technicals, but I've not talked about trading psychology, how to go about breaking down psychology, getting into stepping, also evolving into a more consistently profitable trader. You get to evolve your psychological aspect. You get to understand things from a very different perspective. So we will be getting deeper into that as well. So that will also be fast. It will, of course, be members of the Chase Capital community, then bringing it to the members of the public. So again, to be able to get some of these, a snippet of these analysis, I do that on the public blog. So the public blog, let me remove these annotations. So the public blog is at onechasecapital.blogspot.com. Anytime you type that on your browser, you'll be able to access the public blog. So you've had me talk about the different setups that I've taken this week. You can see here you have the AUD USD trade that I've mentioned with the Euro USD trade as well. This is pre-US elections. You've seen me talk about GBP USD. So I share my analysis now for the members of the public and can be able to access this on the public blog at onechasecapital.blogspot.com. So this is public information. So to be able to get now more of where this comes from, all this is now more of this is broken down in the private Discord. And remember, I've talked about the different subscriptions for this. So all this information, this is just like public information, but the full information and breakdown of all this is in the private Discord. So even as we now take it a notch higher, we'll get to talk about prop farms, we'll be able to talk about different live accounts, we'll be able to talk about psychology. I'm really want to tap in heavy into psychology because I realize most traders are just like, after the chase of the money, but don't have their psychology in check. You understand that the markets will make you really evolve and step into your higher self. So I'm going to have psychology sessions where we talk about stepping into your higher self, tapping into your higher potential, and evolving into the kind of trader that you want to be. So with that said and done, I think I've done quite a bit and given you the insights and broken this down. I'll be doing market objectives, I'll be doing theses, I'll be breaking down this. You will see a new style of Chase Capital. So we will be giving you fresh information, fresh breakdowns. You will be seeing new styles of analysis, still under the same strategy, but now new styles and make it more innovative. And we will progress as we now look at ending the year 2024, now stepping into 2025 with new morale, new insights, and how to look at markets from different standpoints, and also now having our psychology tap into higher realms of existence. So with that said and done, have an amazing Sunday afternoon. Chill with friends, chill with family. Have an amazing one. Don't forget to check your markets. Don't forget to check the charts because from tomorrow again we're back kicking it in the financial markets. So stay tuned for more. I'll be dropping more of this, and I'll also be dropping more sessions with members of the Chase Capital community. So don't forget to click that link on bio on both our Instagram. The Instagram is Chase Capital, on YouTube again, Chase Capital as well. And you will find a link on the bio on the Instagram bio at you'll find the link tree, which is Capital Management. So again, we are giving fresh stuff, new innovations, and you will get to see all these unfold as we get into as we end 2024 and also get into 2025. So have an amazing day ahead, have an amazing Sunday. Let's get to see you in the markets from tomorrow and let's battle it out all together and have a fruitful week ahead. So cheers everyone. Stay financially literate. Thank you.